Hi, hey everyone. My name is Jordan Bullington. I am coming to you today from my office at UNC Charlotte. I have been employed by the university for the last 8 years. For the last four, I've worked in my current role. I currently oversee the university's transfer bridge program, and so my background, I was an academic advisor for several years, and then I transitioned into working with the bridge program. And my background and my passion is working with transfer students. And so 4 years ago, I moved into this role, and I'm very fortunate because my role allows me the ability to do a lot of different things. I get to work with students on the advising piece and selecting courses to transfer to the university. I get to help students through the admission process and families through that process. I get to run orientations for new students, and I get to also one of my favorite parts is that I get to teach. I teach a transfer seminar class every semester. I also teach a career development course. Here it's a seminar course that's really focused on those practical career skills like resume writing and mock interviews and LinkedIn profiles and all of that, and finding and identifying internships and how to secure internships and that kind of thing. I also teach a course on leadership theory. It's called COM 3135. It's actually brand new. I teach it tomorrow for the first time ever. And so I've been working all summer on building this course from the ground up, which is exciting and also very scary. And so I've been mentally preparing for that, I feel like, all summer. I am in the adult education program. I did my first master's right out of undergrad. I graduated, wasn't sure what to do, so I went immediately to grad school. And I loved my graduate program. I had a great experience, and I'm glad that I did it. But I think that if I could do it all over again, I probably would have pumped the brakes a little bit, and I would have worked and really figured out what it was that I wanted to do. My master's degree has been excellent because it's allowed me the ability to do some of the things that I do in my role, which is fantastic. But this master's degree, this adult education program, has been phenomenal because this is more in line with my career goals and what I want and what I want to do. And I was really grateful to have found it and to have had the opportunity to enroll in this program. I am set to graduate in May. I'm so excited. Also doing the student affairs graduate certificate in addition to, because they worked so seamlessly together. And I've had a phenomenal experience at ECU. I cannot tell you. I know that I'm not supposed to do this because I work at UNC Charlotte, but I'm constantly telling my students, you've got to look at these graduate programs. This is amazing. This online model is fantastic, and it's asynchronous, so I can do it at 2 o'clock in the morning if I'm up with something going on at work. I can stay up and work, or I can on my lunch hour knock out some stuff. And I really appreciate that. I love the flexibility, and I've just had a great experience overall. So but again, I'm going to graduate in May. We hope all things go according to plan. May is my graduation date, so I'm super pleased for that. Grant ideas. My problem is that I have a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts, and sometimes I don't know that I can actually do the things that I'd like to do. But I'm an idea person. I'm constantly thinking of new things to do, and then later I start to dig in deeper and to figure out, and I realize that either I need to really hone in on what I want to do, or need to rethink it altogether. Right now, some of the bigger issues that I'm seeing with my students is that the biggest barrier, without a doubt, is the financial barrier. At Central Piedmont, where my students are enrolled for the first year and then they transfer over, there are no student loans, or at least the community college that we work with does not participate in federal student loans, and so there's limited funding availability, and that's a barrier. Other barriers include, once they transfer, of course, our cost of attendance is so much higher, and it is very rare for a student to receive enough financial aid that covers the full cost of attendance, and so that's challenging. It's an ongoing battle that we have at CPCC. The tuition and fees for a full-time student are around $1,400-$1,500. And when you look at it in comparison to a four-year institution, that's fantastic. That's certainly more affordable. But if you're not receiving any student loans to help pay that cost, it's a huge financial barrier to enrolling. And so we know that that's a challenge for students. We know that financial aid can be a challenge. And so the ideas that I have right now are really tied to supplementing somewhat, helping with the financial piece. I have long said that we need scholarships for our students, and I've got to figure out how to approach donors, and that's all brand new to me, because I think that this is the direction that we need to go in to help financially support our students And it may not just be with tuition and fees and scholarships. It could be with something like, we're going to pay for your textbooks, or we're going to pay for you to rent your textbooks, and or we're going to pay for the transportation costs back and forth from one campus to the other. All of these things are things that I want to do to offset some of these costs for our students, because again, that is the financial piece is a huge barrier, and so thinking through some of that is important. Also, our program is growing. 4 years ago, we had 114 students in the Pat and the Bridge program. This year, we have 288, which is wild. I also recently got approval for a new learning community for transfer students, and so I am working with 26 transfer students who have successfully transferred to the university, and they will now serve as mentors for new incoming transfer students, which I think is fantastic. We're a large transfer university, but a lot of our programs and a lot of what we offer is freshman focused, and so I've been trying to change some of that, trying to change the culture of the institution and trying to bring about more things for our transfer students to get involved with. And I think this peer mentor program will be good for our students. So far, these 26 students are rock stars. They are so excited and so ready to start, and they've already connected with and supporting their students. And so far, I'm just very pleased at how it's playing out, and I'm excited to see it as it continues to evolve. Fun things that I have done this summer. My summer was fantastic, but as it always does, it flew by. I think the most fun thing that I did this summer, my husband and I got married in 2013, and what we wanted to do was we wanted to go to Vegas, and we wanted to get married. We wanted an Elvis impersonator, the whole nine, and it was really important to our families that we have a traditional wedding. And so we did, but we said at 5 years, we're going to Vegas, and we're getting married, and we did. So we went to Vegas in June, and we renewed our wedding vows. Just the two of us this time, but we did it in Las Vegas, and we did have an Elvis impersonator, and he was gold. He was so great. He sang "Love Me Tender" as he walked me down the aisle. So it was all the things that I wanted and more, everything I dreamed of and more. Other things though, the summer was great. Aside from working, because I did that a lot too. I had a chance to go to Minneapolis and present at ACRO. I went on several family vacations. My husband and I have two daughters. They are 4 and 2, although my 2-year-old will be 3 next week, which is incredibly hard for me. But we spent a lot of time at the beach, in the mountains, just doing different things. Sometimes week vacations, sometimes weekends, whatever we could get away with, we did, because my husband and I tend to work a lot, and so the summers are our time to really do as much as we can and fit a lot in. So my summer was crazy, it was busy, and it was wonderful, and I am excited to be back and in for the fall semester, ready to go. So that was a lot. I'm excited to meet all of you, to learn about you, just to learn from you just as much as we learn from our text and our instructor. I just look forward to getting to know you all. Thanks.